Hello.
I didn't see Trey went out there. Is he all right?
Yeah, he just tweaked his hammy. He'll be all right. We just kept him out today. He's been running a lot.
Can you give us, I guess, an overview of what you feel you guys have accomplished, what you saw, what you liked during this mini camp?
Yeah, there's a lot of good things to like. There's always things to clean up, but I've been most impressed with the young guys coming in here and picking up the system. We threw a lot at them now. Coverages, front blitzes, play concepts, formations, run concepts, RPOs. And they did a great job. Hats off to the coaching staff for getting them out there ready to play. But also equally impressed with the veterans. The guys came out here and set the tone. Jonathan Payne on a defense, Kerrigan as always. Secondary wise, they did a nice job. Landon, for the amount of time he played, came in here and bought in, and they communicated well. And then offensively, obviously, we have some shuffling on the offensive line. It's been an issue, but we expected that. But overall, I think we made steady progress.
You said a couple times that Josh Norman works best when he's challenged. How do you think Ray Orton kind of helps him with that?
Well, I think Ray brings a wealth of experience to the room, both as a coordinator and a position coach. And he's seen just about everything and coached about everybody. He's coached great players. He's developed players. So his ability to communicate is what makes him a great football coach. And I think he and Josh, in the short time they've had together, you can see the mutual respect they have for one another. And that's important from a player to a coach. And it's going to help Josh in the long run, and Josh is going to help us.
Last year, Adrian gets here, a week before the season or so, learning the offense and the flying out there, did what he did. What have you seen just even in the week here, his comfort level now in what you're trying to do?
And no doubt he's comfortable and he's in great shape again. I think the big thing is he looks even healthier, which is important. Last year towards the end he was playing with quite a few different nagging type injuries that he fought through, which he always will. But I think anytime you're a football player and you're in a second year in a system, you'll be more comfortable. Things will happen more naturally to you. The paths, the footwork in the backfield, whether you're from the dot, which he's really comfortable, right behind the quarterback, or in the offset gun, where he had to really work last year to get better. But he's more comfortable. He's in great shape, and we're excited to have him back.
He's always been a guy who's gotten a lot of carries throughout his career and gets that volume, and that 17th run might be the 90-yard or whatever. Can he be, if you had to put him in a different role with Darius back, can he be just as effective with 9, 10, 11 carries in a game?
I would think so. I don't know why that would hurt him, but he is a guy that gets better with more attempts. But I think, assuming what we saw from Darius in college, he'd probably be the same way. And I think Samaje really is the guy that has really been most impressive. He's been out here taking all the reps. He's really, really improved, not only in the running game and the passing game. And that's three pretty good backs right there. And then you got Byron and obviously Chris Thompson. Craig Reynolds done an excellent job, the free agent. So that's a loaded backfield, and it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
You have that backfield, but obviously you ran a lot last year. Do you anticipate running that much this year again, or because Paul Richardson's back and you have some weapons on the outside, how do you kind of see that?
Yeah, hopefully we have balance. That's always the key. I think whenever we're effective on offense, back when we went to the playoffs and all that stuff, we had great balance, and that's key. And we were out of the second and longs last year and third and longs, and we were able to convert drives. And when we were effective last year on offense with Alex early in the season, it's because we were moving the football, making our third downs, mixing in the run, the pass, the play action. That's when most offenses are at their best. When we struggled at the end of the year is because we're in a lot of second and 13s, third down and 10s, young quarterback, lots of turnover on the offensive line. That's hard to function in the NFL that way. So obviously running the football is first and foremost priority here, but also sometimes mixing in a quick pass on first down to get positive gain is also a great option with the weapons that we have.
Sorry if I botched his name, but Nate Kaxer, now that you've had kind of a couple weeks to work with him, what are your impressions of him on the special teams?
Very impressive, man. He's very detailed, but he brings great energy, and he's a great coach to each individual player as well as the group, and that's important. And I think guys buy into his energy. It's legitimate, and they understand the importance of special teams. And I've made that point many times in our team meetings that understand if it's close between a position, we're going to go to Nate's room and find out who he likes better on special teams. But the guys have bought in. We have some excellent special team players, some special team leaders like the Shazer Everett. Those guys are doing a good job, but Nate has been excellent.
You hear when there are new offensive or defensive coaches about the systems changing. How much can a special team system change from Ben Kotwika last year to Caxer this year?
You know, a lot of it's carryover from team to team, but there's a lot of fundamental footwork that could change. Some terminology could change. Some basic philosophies that could change, quite honestly. So Nate's got his own spin on everything. Special team-wise, it might be a set by a guard on punt. It might be a way we block somebody on kickoff return or what have you. But the big thing is he's a great teacher, and guys have bought in, and you can see the drills are fast, they're crisp, and guys are doing what they're supposed to do and being where they're supposed to be.
Jay, you praised your wide receiver group at different times. Ike did the same thing the other day when we talked to him. Do you think we're, in the media, fans, maybe whatever, I guess underestimating what you guys have at that position? Or does that all just come down to health in your eyes?
You said something positive about our team? Wow, I got to see that. I'm just kidding. Obviously out here, people don't have the luxury of watching us out here. A lot of the naysayers, so to speak, and the people that are critical of our team or whatever, they don't see these guys work every day like we do. And the way Josh Doxson continues to come on, what Terry has done as a rookie already, the amount of plays that he's made, Trey Quinn with his ability to play in a slot and play outside, and even Cam Sims coming back from his injury, Kelvin Harmon, his size and his ability to pick up the offense, pretty good. Paul's not even out here, just on a limited basis, but we know what he can bring to this team when he's healthy. So I think it's a great group. I really do. It's a great group because they're different and they can do different things. We have the speed with Terry and Paul to really bust you down the field. We have the size and the strength. Terry's also big, and Kelvin and obviously Josh underneath routes, and then Trey working the underneath stuff. And we haven't even talked about Jordan Reed, part of that group, and Vernon Davis. So I think it's a great group to have, a great group to work with.
Your relationship with Josh Norman, you had the thing in New Orleans last year. Obviously, he felt, I guess, disrespected by the talk this offseason. We've seen you guys out there chatting, joking around these last couple days. Was there anything you guys did? Was there a kumbaya moment, or how do you feel you guys are?
I'm great with Josh. Josh is an excellent football player, and he makes our football team better. That's all I care about, really. And when he's here in the secondary, we're better. He's a physical corner. He created turnovers last year for us, and he's a good player. But we're going to have some issues from time to time where we don't see eye to eye. But he's got to understand I am the head coach, and what I say goes. Not everybody believes that all the time, but that's usually the case, especially him. But no, I like Josh. I like where he's at. I wish he'd been here to OTAs, but those are voluntary. But he's here the last couple of days. You can see what type of difference he makes. Had 2 picks in 2 days. So we need Josh. We like Josh a lot.
Fair to say he's been pretty competitive during this week's session.
He's a great competitor. That's what makes him great. He may not have the speed that you might want to see at corner. He may not have certain things, but the one thing that sets him apart from everybody else is competitiveness. He's a great competitor, man, whether it's in the running game or when he's on the best receivers. He tends to have better games when he's on better people and he feels challenged. So he's got to understand every player is a challenge in the NFL, no matter what the name is on the back of their jersey. He's just got to step up his game at all times, but he's an excellent football player and I think very underrated in people's eyes.
Jay, when Ruben went down, there was obviously a lot of mixing to be had at linebacker, but it seems like it's stayed fairly consistent with Mason at the Mike spot, Sean Dion at Mo, and then kind of mixing behind them. Is that how you anticipate practice going in training camp as well, with Mason staying at Mike? Because he's obviously a guy, when Will was here, who played Mo in the past as well.
Yeah, I think those guys are interchangeable, but I like where they're at. I think Sean Dion, I mentioned Samaje, but when I look at the tape, Sean Dion has showed up more so than any time I've seen Sean Dion. He's healthy. He's running faster, way faster now at this time than he was this time last year. I mean, he looks fast. He looks instinctive. He's what we thought we could get when we drafted him from Alabama. So he's set. And then obviously Mason's doing a good job. But I've been impressed with Bostic. He came in here for a couple days. He picked up the system quickly. He's running around. He's playing fast, smart. He's a physical player. We can't tell that without pads on, but that's his MO as a player. I've been impressed with him. I've been very impressed with Cole Holcomb, the way he's running around there. He's fast, athletic, so all those guys are doing good. And obviously, we have the other guys that are doing good as well.
What's the differentiator between those two inside linebacker positions? What's going to determine for you who plays which spot?
Oh, we just got to continue to work. Whoever plays the best, most consistently. You know, there's different roles for him. Josh Harvey Clemens, I didn't even mention. You know, he's a guy that can come in and cover people. So it's going to be who the top two are. Then the next two are going to have to fill a role, special teams as well. But there's still a lot of ball to be played before we start making those determinations.
Jay, minicamp's over. I know you got a couple more days of OTAs. Where's this quarterback competition?
It's same spot. You know, this is just part of the process, really. For me to make a determination on a starting quarterback after minicamp or training or mandatory camp is kind of foolish. So let these guys continue to play and see which one continues to improve, which one's most consistent throughout the training camp and preseason. We'll go from there. But I promise you, I'd feel good about any one of the three playing. They're all good players. They're great competitors. They're picking it up well. They all have qualities that you want in a starting quarterback. So hopefully we'll make the right decision.
Is anybody ahead?
We're not even thinking about that right now, to be honest with you. We're giving them equal reps. We don't really have a ones and a twos right now. We're filtering in the receivers, subbing them in. Doesn't matter who's out there, the tight ends. So, you know, I think we'll start to get some true first team reps when we have a first team on offense. Right now we really don't. We'll start to do that once training camp hits. All right, thank you guys.